Summer's coming, it's getting warmer, and it's time to hit the water. So you're looking for tips on buying a used boat. Hi, my name is Jerry. I've been boating for a little more than 40 years. In my past, I've been a yacht broker, buying and selling used boats on my own as well. And I've got a few tips that might just help you out here. First thing is, what kind of a boat are you looking for and what area are you going to be in? Just for example, if you're looking at an open bow boat, open bow boats and the ocean don't mix very well because we have larger swells which can swamp or sink your boat. So, it's designed more of a river or lake boat, great fun summertime boat. Next thing you're going to have to look at is your budget, and you figure out what you can afford on a boat because you're going to be running into some extra costs on the boat. Either mechanical or safety gear, that sort of thing, and they're a little bit expensive to run. So figure out your budget and really stick to your budget. Now, I always recommend to people look around to at least 6 to 10 boats. And that gives you an idea of some of the different features of the boat, some of the different boats, construction quality. So really have a good look around. Check out online, look around and see what's available in your area. If there's some marinas, go down and check out the marinas. If there's some boat yards, go check out the boat yards. It'll really give you a good idea what you're looking for and the things that you really want. And be patient. This is the time of year. It's springtime, getting into summer, and people are just jumping, chomping on the bit to get out and get themselves a boat. But be patient and look around because there's always deals around on boats. Boats are one of those things that, economy gets tough. First thing that goes up for sale is your boat. And there's always a good deal. So just be a little bit patient with that. And look outside of your area. The boats that I purchase, I often travel more than 300 miles to pick up because I could get such a good deal on it in a different area. I live right on the coast here, so people generally hang on to the boat. So I went inland looking at lake boats that, absolutely perfectly on the ocean. And they also, because they were lake boats in the interior where it was, freeze up and have snow in the winter, they had very little use. So I was able to pick up a 10-year-old boat with, 300 hours on it, that sort of idea. So, don't be afraid to look around, and, if it's going to be a good deal, then it's worth your, day's drive there and back. When you're looking at a boat, I always look at what does the next guy want in this boat. I'm going to use this boat for a certain amount of time, but down the road at some point I'm going to sell it. So I want to make sure that it's a boat that has good resale value, and hopefully I can make a few bucks on it. Use it for a year or two, at the very least break even. But I always try to make a little bit of cash on them, and by maintaining them and doing a few tiddling things up and that sort of thing. So always good to look at something along those kind of lines. Next thing is you want to have it checked over by a mechanic or a surveyor, make sure that the boat is sound, the engine's sound. I'm not a great mechanic, but I can do the basic stuff, so I'd lean on a mechanic to have a look at it and really get a good idea of what you're buying, and hopefully that it's going to last for you. Another thing, there's some motors that are no longer in production, so you want to make sure you can still get parts for your motors. That's really key. Motors like OMC have been gone for years and years, and you can still get some parts, but other motors like Mercury or Yamaha, you can just zip down to your dealer and get the parts rather than waiting for sometimes months online trying to get them. So, and it is a pretty expensive hobby. I found boating, whether it's sailboating, power boating, even in a small little boat, it really starts to add up after a while. Now, what a lot of people do is try to find some other source of income to pay for their toys, and that's what I do. I don't like to pay for my own toys, so I like to have another source of income doing that for me. I have a source of income doing that for buying and paying for my toys. In fact, I'm sitting in one right here. Beautiful big motorhome we just bought. And I'm having an absolute blast with it. If you'd like to have a look at what I'm doing, just click the link below or go to workwithjerry.com. That's workwithgerry.com. I hope you have a blast out on the water. I hope this has been some help for you. So you have some good tips for buying a used boat, and get out there and enjoy the water. Cheers.